People often ask me, "Hey Rebus, why do you suck at games?" This week I decided to go with the excuse that my keyboard overhangs my desk quite considerably, which causes me to have to fiddle around and move everything around an awful lot and have really awful posture. To try and fix this solution, I've bought a tiny keyboard. This is the AUKEY 87 key mechanical keyboard. It comes in a fairly unassuming, minimalist brown box, nice and simple. Not very much information or sort of pictures on the front and back. Inside you have a manual in, I think, English and German, and a pretty cool looking warranty card. The manual features alternate functions and such to make usage easier. Putting that to one side, we have the keyboard itself, which comes sandwiched between two pieces of foam packing and in its own protective bag. The keyboard itself is a sturdy affair, doesn't feel like it will break in your hand, flex is minimal. One of the problems, though, is it does come with a pretty short cable. I've got the sound lowered to not ruin the surprise of how noisy the clicks are. As you can see, it comes with a couple of feet to elevate it ever so slightly. I have heard some people complain that those break, but obviously, mine being new, I have yet to validate or have any opinion at all on that subject. Here's a proper look at the cable, which is apparently 1.5 meters long. I managed to pick my keyboard up for about £20 off of Amazon. I know it's still available for around those sorts of prices, so it's a pretty good deal. The keyboard measures 35.5 centimeters by 12.2 centimeters by 3.7 centimeters, so it really is quite tiny and weighs in at 830 grams. On their website, the keyboard is listed as an 87 key anti-ghosting mechanical keyboard. They say it has Atamu Blue switches, which are apparently extremely tactile with a loud click, which I can attest to. They state that the keycaps are double shot molded out of ABS. I've seen quite a lot of people commenting that they wear off quite quickly on Amazon, so I will look out for that in the future. And last of all, they comment on the keyboard's minimalist, edgeless, matte black case. On the Amazon store page, they also show someone pouring a whole load of water over the keyboard, which suggests that it's waterproof, but I don't fancy giving that a go. It also comes with a handy-dandy keycap puller, which took me a little while to figure out how to use, sadly. My first impressions are really good. It seems like a really well-built keyboard for the price. I've never used this company's switches before. I've used a whole bunch of various different Cherry MX switches. I do worry about the noise of mechanical switches when streaming or recording gameplay, as they can get a bit grating, which is why I've done a little bit of a test compared to the membrane keyboard of the SteelSeries, seen on the Apex 300 and Apex 350, which I think might be out of production now. The amount of extra noise made by the AUKEY keyboard is impressive, if nothing else. If I ran my very own Orwellian dystopian future, I'd make everyone type on this keyboard, and it would be glorious. But the space savings are undeniable compared to the SteelSeries. The only downsides some might find with this keyboard, obviously if you're buying a 10 keyless keyboard and you complain about it being a 10 keyless keyboard, go home. Other than that though, someone might complain at the lack of a USB hub, or at least some rudimentary backlighting to make finding the keys easier in the dark. Maybe a wider choice of key switches, but if you want to go from this to this on a budget, it seems like a pretty solid keyboard so far. Also, sorry for the seagulls in this bit, but you know, I'm not in charge of the birds yet. The eagle-eyed amongst you, more bird references, will have noticed that the box said an 88 key keyboard. Well, I mean, so does Amazon, but not their website. So I don't know. Maybe that's got to be Mandela effect, right? We're witnessing the combining of two different universes. I mean, all of the other instances of it are obviously just coincidence, but this is certainly proof. I'll put some English and US links for the keyboard in the description. There's a Patreon and subscribe and stuff. Cheers.